All right. So now let's open up your browser and search for Supabase. If you search for supabase.com, there you can see their official website, right? All you have to do is to go ahead and click this dashboard over here. If you haven't created an account in this Supabase before, don't worry, please go ahead and use your Gmail to authenticate yourself with their website and create an account yourself and click this dashboard. That will take you to their official dashboard. So in this case, if you wish to create a new organization, so first what you have to do is, for very first time, you need to create yourself an organization to manage all your Supabase projects, right? In this case, I already do have one project over here, and you can see this is under my organization because I authenticated myself by using my GitHub, right? So if you wish to create a new project over here, all you have to do is to create a new project under this organization. Okay, so now I need to give the name, so I'm just going to give YouTube Spotify clone or something. So I need to use the password. I need to give some password, so it should be strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click generate password, so that's going to generate me a password. Then I need to save this password somewhere else highly secure and safe. So what I'm going to do is, I'm in the root of our project, I'm going to create a new file called password.txt, right? So here I'm going to paste it. So this is the password of my database, but I need to avoid pushing this file into the GitHub. So what I have to do is I need to go to the git ignore from right after here, the place where we are using env.local. So right after here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say avoid the local password file. So let's say password.txt. So once you hit save option, so now you can see this password.txt. You can see the color differentiation between these files, right? Because these files, you can see it's highlighted, and this file, it's a little bit look at the color of the file, it's a little bit dim, right? The reason is because this file will be ignored by the time whenever you're trying to push it into the GitHub. So now I can avoid this file pushing this open password into our GitHub by the time when you're planning to upload it to the GitHub later, right? So now what I have to do is, I'm just going to choose the default location what it's suggesting me. I'm just going to leave it as it is, or you can choose your nearmost locations from here, anywhere, that's up to you. In this case, I'm just going to create new project. So that's going to create a new project for myself. This will take a few seconds, and here we go. So now you can see we have the different options, how, like, you can see all the informations which is related to this database, the project's API keys, right? So we have the public URL, and we have the service role, and we have the ANN key, public ANN key of the Supabase, and you can see the different documentations to work with the different platforms over here, right? So Supabase is a perfect alternative for the Firebase, which is quite exactly the same as the Firebase. Whatever you can do with the Firebase, we can go with the Supabase also. The advanced and the advantage of using the Supabase, it's because it's providing us some of the UI components to work along with the Supabase. That's the beautiful thing with this, right? So now what I have to do is I'm just going to click connect. So okay, so here, these are the API keys. You can see this is the next public Supabase URL, and this is the ANN key, and yep. So suddenly something changed. What happened? Project status, everything is okay. So home, util clone. Oh, here it is. I was wondering where that key it is. So suddenly everything, I lost it. Okay, so view API settings. Yep, here we go. So now I have all these over here. So okay, so under the view API settings, you can see all your API keys over here, right? So if you are wondering how to get those, along with the environment variables and all those things, you can click over here. Wait a second, where it is. Okay, so over in the home, you can see we have the options called connect. If you click the connect option, you can choose the URI. Under the URI, you can see we have different frameworks over here. URIs are app frameworks or ORMs. In this case, we are going to use the app frameworks, and I'm going to use the Next.js. I'm going to use, we are defaultly using the app router, and we are using with supabase.js. That's the package that we are trying to use, right? In this case, this is the API key, right? This is the thing that we have to use, right? And you can see this is the URL, the public URL that we have to use inside our environment variable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new environment variable in our local file .env, and I'm going to ignore that env file. So .env. So make sure that file it's been ignored, right? So over here now you have to copy this and paste it over here. Next equals to, then copy this to anon key and paste it over here. And just like the same way, we have to create one more. Then don't worry about that. Let's get back over there. So here, if you scroll down, you can see all your project APIs and everything. So click this view API settings. So that will takes you to that API settings over here of that specific project. Now we have the Supabase URL, which we have generated. Then we have the Supabase anon key, which we also have over here. Now we have to generate for the service role too. So that's what we are going to do now. All right, so in this case what we can do is I'm just going to, let's keep it let's keep this env file name as rename .local. That's better, right? Because let's keep that file. So anyways, you can see that file also be ignored. Okay, so over here now what we have to do is I have to create the Supabase service role key. This is one we need to get it. So over here, so please make sure that you're typing it properly. Supabase, see, Supabase 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 underscore service 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 underscore role underscore key equals to, right? So let's copy this URL. So copy this and paste it over here, and let's copy the anon key, copy this and paste it over here, and then copy, click reveal option, then click copy and paste your service role over here. These are the things. So save these changes. Now you have to restart your server, and you can see it's already reloaded the environment variable, but anyways you can see it's loading the environment.local file, which means all these keys are being loaded successfully in our project. Okay, so now let's have a look over here. We're having a different sets of options over here: home, table editor, SQL editor, database, and all those things. For instance, if you click this database options, you can see we have a bunch of options: the triggers, roles, webhooks, and lots of options. Creating a new table, it's quite easier over here. All you have to do is to create a name and type the field name, what are the options that you need for each and every field. So creating everything, it's quite easy, just like how we used to work in SQL. And if you go to the authentication part, and there you can see this will helps you to send the invitations for the users. So if you're willing to create a new user, you can directly click send invitations. That will send the invitation for the user to authenticate themselves to this website over here, right? And if you click this email templates, so this basically this email templates will help you to send an email. For instance, every time whenever the user signed up, it will send a confirmation link to sign to approve themselves. So if you click the preview, this is how it looks. So you can customize the complete template over here, and it's all about the basic HTML and CSS. You can generate your own template by using logos and images and all those things. Then you can use these variables according to that inside your template, so that will immediately work in that exact same way, right? And you can see for invite and for the magic link and for the change email password, reset password, for each and every actions we do have the email template settings over here. And also if you want to customize the policies also, you can for change your RLS policies over here. So quite everything is exactly, it's completely user friendly over here, right? and here you can find this SQL editor over here. So all you have to do is to click this SQL editor. So this will help you to customize, write your own custom queries over here, right? So otherwise, or you can see, click the quick start and you can see different templates over here, countries, Slack clone. For a complete Slack clone, if you wish to build a complete Slack clone, so that's going to give you the all the necessary tables for that particular project will be automatically generated. In this, for example, in this case, we're going to use this Stripe subscriptions. So maybe in the future, by the time if you're watching, this might be removed by the Supabase, or it might be altered, or it might be in a different location. So you guys have to search for this template, and you can click this and we can create that Stripe subscription tables and everything. Now all we have to do is to go ahead and create that. So now all you have to do is to click this Stripe subscription. So you can find this complete code which is necessary to work along with this Stripe subscriptions over here, right? So we need this. So all I have to do is to click this run option. So that's going to create the necessary tables for this Stripe subscription. So if you can't find this, just go to the SQL editor, and there you can find the templates, and you can find it over here. If you can't, go for the quick start, you can find it over here. Maybe in future, by the time if you're watching it, if you find any other options over here, so please take your time to figure it out, the Stripe subscriptions, or I will provide this Stripe subscription code in the gist file in the link in the description below. So please go ahead and click that, and you can copy all these codes and you can execute and you can follow along with this video, right? So I'm just going to run this, click run, and that's going to run it. And you can see success and no rows has been written because we don't have any data over here. And get back to the table editor, and there you can find all the customers, prices, product, subscriptions, and the users, which is highly necessary for this complete project. So these are all created by that Stripe subscriptions template, right? You can see for the user, we have the UUID, full name, avatar, URL, billing address, payment method, all the necessary information. For subscriptions, you can see all the necessary informations are here, which user subscribed it, what is the status, and what is the metadata information, what is the price ID, quantity, cancel period ends. So all the necessary things are being successfully created over here. Okay. All right. So now we can see along with that, we do have this policies also, where it is. If you click the customers, you can see we can add the RLS policies. If you click the subscriptions over here, you can see we have an auth policy over here. So we can customize these RLS policies for each and every tables. Whatever the tables that you do have, you can customize the RLS policies for each and every table. So now all we have to do is to go ahead and create some few more tables over here, and we can start customizing the policies too. Right, so let's go ahead and create all the necessary tables one after another, and along with that we start customizing the RLS policies too. All right.